growing problem in the United States. Factory farming, puppy mills, and dogfighting are the most popular types of abuse. The shocking number of cruelty cases reported daily in the media is only the tip of the iceberg. Most cases are never reported, and most animal suffering goes unrecognized and unabated. Although there is no national reporting system for animal abuse, media reports suggest that it is common in rural and urban areas. Cruelty and neglect can also cross socioeconomic boundaries. According to the Humane Society, 63% of people in the United States own a pet, and of that 63%, 17% of the animals are abused as of 2012. But remember, those are the only reported cases, so imagine how much more is not reported. In 2011, that number was only 14%. Although those numbers are not that big, it's still a problem that needs to be identified. As you instinctively reach for that sandwich, do you ever think about the pig that was brutally mutilated for your lunch? Do you ever think the sheep whose owners decided that he would look better as a lining for a pair of Uggs? You at least consider the cages and cages of rabbits that were forced to give their lives for your mascara, don't you? If not any of those, then what about the cute little puppy that's in the window at the pet shop? That adorable dog is one of thousands churned out by mass breeding for profit-only puppy mills. What's a puppy mill, you ask? Let's just describe it as living hell for dogs. Dogs are forced into wire cages like this one that are elevated off of the ground, and so they get bacteria in their paws and it becomes infected and they get really sick and they're extremely flea bitten. Why would you want to support these cruel, horrible factories when you could adopt a calm, loving dog from an animal shelter? Lastly, the so-called sport of dog fighting was popular in the Colosseum in ancient Rome. In our ever-progressing society, why is it that we still participate in these blood sports from dead civilizations? Why is it that we still resort to these disgusting, pathetic events? And why is it that, as of now, innocent dogs are dying all for the sake of sick entertainment? Many people say that stopping animal abuse is out of our control, but in all reality, it isn't. There are many videos on YouTube of factory farming that show the brutality of how the farmers treat the animals. If those aren't enough to stop it, then what will be enough? And in order for animal abuse to stop, so many things need to happen. There are small things that you can do that have a huge impact on animal abuse. First off, we have to be their voice. When an animal is being abused, they can't speak up for themselves. Another problem with animals being abused recently is the way that children treat them. They need to be taught that animals are almost as sensitive as humans and can feel pain just like we can. Puppy mills and factory farming are becoming the #1 problem for animal abuse. The harder that humans like us make it for the businesses to keep going, the less animals that are going to be harmed. You can also donate your time and or money to places where they rescue abused animals from farms or homes. If we could stop animal abuse, could you imagine how much better of a place the world would be? Those heart-wrenching commercials would be gone, and you would never hear of any football players being suspended due to dog fighting anymore. Even though they're just animals, they feel just like we do. They have a nervous system, therefore they have emotions, and they can feel physical pain as well. Whether we want to face it or not, animal abuse is a problem and it needs to be stopped. We have control over everything that goes on with animal cruelty, so it's up to us to clean up the mess that we made. Factory farming, puppy mills, and dog fighting have been overlooked for way too long. So now you tell me, do you think it's worth every animal's life to have the new stylish pair of Uggs, have eyelashes that are to die for, or be entertained by animals hurting each other? Hopefully your answer is no. So let's change the way everything is and get it back on track. Every little thing you do will help.